Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I of course am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel. So if you're tuned in, hopefully you are here to see my paper pumpkin alternatives, as I do all alternatives with one box of paper pumpkin. So here we are on video number 5 for January 2024's paper pumpkin kit called Lovely Lavender, and it is lovely, lovely, lovely. And for some of you out there, Stampin' Up! Used to have a ink and paper called Lovely Lilac. It was in the Brights. It was beautiful. Anyway, so you get to do 4 of these cards, 4 of these, and 4 of these tags, and these came from this part of that card. On the back, you have the QR code. You can look up other projects and a visual of everything in the kit and the coordinated colors, which are Berry Burst, Crushed Curry, Garden Green, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon, and Pretty Peacock. And what I struggled with is they didn't list the color for this. I didn't like it with Crumb Cake. I didn't like it with Pecan Pie. So I'm pairing this up today with Kraft. So I'm going to set this aside. And this is the last video where I'm going to show you everything in the kit. I almost used this bit of trash bit and then I changed my mind, so we'll put that aside. So you got 2 of these. Well, this one and then another little bit skinnier and taller. This set of 3, this is just an extra bit. These are Lost Lagoon, Garden Green, these little sentiment strips, and these that say love, which this would go, we could use this on mine today instead of, we'll have to see. Well, I'm going to pull that out just in case. So here's my little bag of all those little sentiment strips. You got 4 of this large square, and this large square is like about 3.5 inches. It's really nice. They included this little bit of paper that folds up here, and you can store your stamp sets inside this little sleeve, which is very handy dandy, and you get to see what they are. Just a little something for you. I have yet to use this one. I do have something in mind. Just hang with me there, because I need to find something to put in this little box for that to go with it. So we have this bit with love and happy Valentine's Day. So let's go on to, you already saw the card base. This is one, it has the matching envelope, front and back. We are going to cut up the envelope today. So this is going to go back in my box of goodies. And this is, oops, there goes one of my things for the card today. Need that. And then this is another card base, which I love that they're doing front and backs, because it gives you so much you can cut up. Here's that one with the cutout. And here are its centerpieces right there. And there's 4 of these strips. And these are like 3/4 of an inch by 4. And that's just the back of a card base. I think that about does it. So, thanks for bearing with me with that. Of course, they gave us some linen thread, which I have a bow made today with it, because we're doing a very monochromatic theme card. So these I'm going to stick in my box of goodies. Along with that, this, and we're going to tuck that away for right now. And I want to show you what I'm bringing in. So this is from Sending Hearts, January 2021 paper pumpkin kit. And I want this large heart, and there is a reason for that, and you'll see in a minute. So that's just a little keeper. And then if you don't want to use, if you don't have what I'm using from the Forever Flourishing dies, which are retired. They went with the Forever Fern. These 2 elements. This is in Kraft. This is in Very Vanilla. If you don't have those, I want to give you some options that could be in the catalog, because you can no longer purchase these, of course, unless you get them from somebody who's selling them, because they're no longer current. So I marked the page here. I want to show you. This from Gorgeously Made Dies. This one here and this one here would work beautifully together. This does not let it show up at all. All right. And then you have the Meadow dies, which, oh, I so wanted this. I just didn't have an opportunity to use them. Maybe this catalog if it's still current. So those are some options you could use. Maybe you have those. Like I said, I don't have them. So I'm using Kraft. I'm using these two little dies, which probably going to be a thing for this whole thing. There are butterfly dies on page 23 of the, not the celebration catalog, the annual, not annual, excuse me, the mini catalog, page 23. Let's go there. Oh, I got my stamp set in dies. I can't wait to play with that. It's going to be a few months, guys. 23. Oh, these would be pretty too. They're just not as big and full. So that's why I didn't include those. But here, if you don't have any butterflies, this is a great option. $8 and you get 40 of them. So it just is a great purchase. I purchased a package. I did a few videos with them, and then I sent them out in my cards for the month of January. Yeah, this month. Okay. So are we ready? I think we're ready. I think I've showed you everything I need to show you. We can get on with it. I do have a card made to show you. And I think it is absolutely beautiful. Now, I did this particular fold. I did design this fold. It was inspired by a lattice card I received from Miss Susie. And you flip this up. This comes down. And it very much, to me, a male-themed card. However, when you open this up like this, and I tried to do it very simply. I didn't want to add a whole lot. I wanted to see a heart here. So that's why I pulled in this heart, because that's going to go beautifully right in the center of our card. So this is my inspiration card. This is what I designed. I didn't do anything on the envelope. So let's go over what you're going to need to do this one. I'm going to keep that right there. Try to put the envelope somewhere safe, and my notes. So we have a card base that's, oops, I already see an error. Oh, that's for the back. So that isn't an error. I almost made a error myself. Here we go. So this is for the back of the card, which the card goes onto. This is in Kraft. I did not want to use a card base because it covered up all the polka dots. It just didn't work out. So this is 4 by 5.5 right there. Card base is very vanilla, 4 by 11, and it's going to be scored at 2 1/4 and 7.5, and I'm going to do that on camera with you. Then next, you're going to need some little bits. Now, this is where saving all those little 1/2 inch strip bits come into handy. So you are going to need 2 that are 1/2 by 5 1/4, and I think these are 5.5, but that's because I'm going to trim them down. And where are the rest of my little bits? Are they? Oh, they're in the other envelope. Okay. So you see the Forever Flourishing dies, 1 in Kraft and 1 in Very Vanilla. And then you're going to need 5. And I know these are cut to the right size. So you're going to need to cut 5, 1/2 inch by 4 of the Very Vanilla. Then we're going to need to cut 4 by 1 1/4 by 4 of the card base or the envelope or Kraft. This is done in Kraft, but we're going to use this envelope. Hopefully that works out for my little strips here, but I need to cut this up, and I wanted to wait till I got on camera to cut it up with you. So I already showed you the other elements that we're using. So let's get on with this. I want to set that right over there, and we're going to start with scoring. I just remembered there is a piece I did not measure. This piece here, I'll make sure this is included in the description, this little bit of craft. Oh my goodness, that's going to bug me. Sorry, I have to do it now. So this is 3 3/4 by 2. So 2 by 3 3/4. Stay there. Sorry. What did I say, guys? 2 by 3 3/4. And that's either in Kraft or a card base or envelope of the kit. So you could totally do this, and this is the Love of Spring dies, without using your card base. I used my really old polka dot background. So I wanted to replicate this, so I did it on very vanilla. But now we're going to cut this open. Oh no, we're going to score. Then we'll cut our envelope. So we're going to score at, I'm just double checking here, 2 1/4 by 7 1/2. So 2 1/4, which is right here. 1, 2, and 3. Remember, the dark blade is our cutting blade. We don't want anything to do with that right now. And 7 1/2. So scooch it on down right there. 1, 2, and 3. And that is our card base. Now I'm going to use a bone folder, and I like to fold up in a way. It's just kind of how I roll. And this one folds down. Now it does overlap like by a 1/2 inch. Exactly, just about. That one should have been, let me try to get that a little straighter. It didn't quite go where I wanted it. So this is how it's going to open. That's done. Now we're going to cut our envelope. Guillotine time. So fold this just lightly, press it over just so it sits onto there, or it sits in the groove of your trimmer a bit. It just kind of helps. Cut that. I'm going to turn it this way, and I am literally going to take a hair off of that end, turn it this way, and a hair off of that end. Let me show you. So that's literally how much I take off. Then I open this up all the way, put that folded edge onto the blade or in the groove of your trimmer, and cut. This I can always use for white, so I will save that. But this is what I was getting after. So I know that this needs to be, no, our first part we need to cut is 2 inches. What did I say that last one was? 2 by 3 3/4. So there's 2. 3 3/4 is right there. So that's one piece we need. Now we need a 1/4 inch pieces, not a 1/2 inch, a 1/4 inch. So I just need to get this to an even mark. So I'm going to chop it right there. And now I'm going to cut 4 1/4 inch marks. Oops, let's cut it to 4 first. It'll make it that much easier for myself. Now, turn it, and we're going to cut 4 1/4 inch pieces. And it does work nicely when you have a bigger piece of paper. So there's 1, 2, 3, 1 more, guys. Oops. And making sure I don't get it too big. 4. All right. So this and that bit are going to be for the save pile. Maybe I'll do something on the inside with it. All of this is being saved. I'm going to just set that to the left. So we have this. This is 2 by 3 3/4. And I have 5 pieces. Put that one over there. I need 4 strips that are 1/4 inch by 4. Now we're going to bring in, just to make it easier, not the 5¼ pieces, but we want those 5 strips, but we only need 4 to glue. And I think I have an extra, I do. You'll see what we need that extra one for in a minute. So right now I am going to take some glue and I am just going to put a bead of glue down the center all the way to the edge. I'm going to take one of these little strips and hopefully get it somewhat in the center. You know, that's what I love about wet glue is you can wiggle it. So there's one done. I couldn't do this ahead of time. I thought about it, but I wanted you guys to see how I cut the envelope. And at first I was going to use a card base and I'm like, no, I can use an envelope for this. It's going to do great. So why cut up a whole card base? This one will take just a little more time as there are a lot of pieces, oops, that need to be, you know, glued together. This is a little bit of a timely card, but the finished design, you can do so much with it. I did this for my first demonstrator event I held. I think it was June or July. This one, why is that not wanting to go all the way there? We'll trim it in a minute. So just a line of glue. And you guys, I know some of you think I'm crazy for how I put glue on the paper I'm gluing things down to, but for me it works. So you might want to try it. Oh my goodness, this little piece just doesn't want to be good. It doesn't want to get to the edge. All right. How could that be not? Okay, it's gonna work. There we go. So this is done. I can show you where these are going now. This piece is going to go here, and these of course are our lattice pieces, but we're going to do some stamping before we do any of that on here. So we need to bring in the Stamp and Pierce mat. Are these, as this is a polymer stamp set, I need a little bit of scratch paper. I want to stamp on this, that. Hold up. We're stamping on those two. Not on these. These are ready to go. We are not stamping on those, but we are going to stamp on this one. And I think I will use that polka dot for that one. So you can see I already have some polka dots here. So for this piece here, I want to do in crumb cake, because that was my choice of color here. I didn't like the pecan pie. I didn't like the crumb cake with this card, but the ink is really good. This is my really old, my original crumb cake pad. So we are going to, am I going to do it full strength? Let me just do a test to see what I like. We're going to go full strength because that looks pretty dang good and I like it. So I am going to put some here. Going to put like a 3-bit there, because then I'm going to stamp off and do some. So there. Oops, let's make sure it's inked all the way. And here. Now we're going to stamp off. Is there something under there? There's a dip. That's must be where I heated it with the heat gun. I'm like, something is not right there. Let's move it over here, because that is like bugging me. So we're stamping off. And now I'm going to bring it, no, I want it this way. Right there. And you may not be able to tell a whole lot on camera, but it is there. Stamp off right there. So that's one done, okay? So now we're going to go to the inside of our card base. And remember, this piece folds down. So I don't want to do it on the inside. I want to stamp this in the center right there. So let's do it this way. Just making sure. This is the top, this is the bottom. I want the heart here. Let's do it this way. So, because I wasn't being able to see where the top ended. So, I really needed to ink this up. All right. Ooh, I feel like I want to huff on it, but let's go ahead and we are going to stamp it right there. And I'm going to give it a minute. I just thought that heart would be much prettier since we're going to put love on it. Let's put a great big heart. And this is a paper pumpkin stamp. And I do love it. I do. I'm so happy. But where's my little stamp? This one. We're going to add some of this, but stamped off. So we're going to stamp off and stamp, stamp off, stamp, stamp off, and stamp. I just inked my nail up, I know. And this one over here. Right there. So only one ink color. Now we're not going to do the heart there. Oh my gosh, do you see what I did? Why? Why? Why does it always happen to me? So we're going to stamp off again here. I don't know why that happened to me. So I wanted to leave it. We'll just go right there. That is just going to have to stay there. Stamp off because this is going. Now I'm going to turn it this way because we are now going to stamp the Happy Valentine's Day. Short, sweet, and to the point. There we go. Now I think, let me see. So this is there, that's there. We don't need anything here because we're putting paper there. This is going to have the lattice over it. Oh yes, these need stamping. Who would have known? Because I like to stamp. Okay, so we're going to do the stamp off business. Stamp off, stamp, stamp off. You want to get a little bit on everything. All right, so this one's done. You can see it better there. This one is getting my polka dot stamp set. If you don't have the polka dots, you can use anything with the pattern on it. We can even use, we'll just do it. This is from Notes of Nature, or this one right here we could do. Let's do that one. And for this one, we're going to need to do full strength. Oh, such a better choice. Better choice. That's just, I've got Notes of Nature projects that need videos. I was waiting for my paper to come from Celebration. I wonder if we should do, oh yeah, do a little bit of speckles on that too. Oh, just because we can. Oh, the envelope. Of course we're going to do the envelope. Almost forgot, but not all the way. So we're going to do this one right to the side. This one is getting stamped off because you guessed it. We're going to put something across here. It's already mounted. It says with love. I added the with to the same block. Just like that. That's all she wrote. Now I do have one more to go ahead and stamp, if you guys will bear with me. The other envelope. So we can actually stamp full strength here. Take it, turn it around, and stamp it again on the front without re-inking it. Gorgeous. And then the with love. Wonder, can I do it upside down? I can. And I have both of my envelopes are done and complete. I'm going to stack my blocks. Up, up, and away. That, up, and away. Those all need to get cleaned. So let's put this card together. I think we can do this. Not too bad. So where is this piece? So now we're going to work on, well, let's glue this one a little bit together and let it sit. Hopefully I didn't let my glue sit too long without its cap. So all I'm going to do is add my little tail right here. All right, so this now is going to sit there. I'll glue it all together once it's on the card. But we need, for starters, the two longer pieces that should be 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. Mine are going to need to be trimmed off, so you can do it either way. See, I'm using that 1/2 inch guide and this 1/2 inch guide. I'm going to bring my glue. You can use whatever adhesive, of course, you like. Bring that down. I'm going to try to pick up one of these. And I'm going to get it right to the crease, not on my crease. And I like the little score line to have that little bump on the inside because it helps me to put things there. It's just like a little guide, so when I close this I know it's there. So the next one, 1/4 inch guide there. You can give it a little wiggle, spread your glue around. Do not be afraid, guys, of trying to do this card. Yes, it might take a little time, but it makes a great card. So there's the ends for our lattice. Now I'm going to close it, and you're going to see mine. Just make sure it's edge to edge with everything. This is why I love the glue, the wet glue. So here we're going to need to trim. All right. And these were just scraps that were in my container, and those were already close enough to the right size. So this is why I said we need the extra one. Don't skimp on doing this piece. It does make it more sturdy. So once again, using my grid to guide me there and there. And this is for the back piece. And I want it right to the edge. So now we made a big, like, squarish rectangle right here. And now we're going to put our pieces on our lattice. I did have one total extra one, but that's okay, just in case I needed it. So you can see I've got some with polka dots, some without. So we're going to go like so. So this one is going to go right on top of this one. This is your starting point. Now, yes, I have to, you know, do it like so. So there's that one. That one starts us out. Now we're going to do the middle piece. So lining up my grid, there's a 1/2 inch, there's a 1/2 inch, there's a 1/2 inch, there's a 1/2 inch. And in here is this 1/2 inch. And so that's where we are going to go. Right in here, right in there. That's our next piece. And then we're going to go in between this one. So this one is going to go right here. And this really isn't that hard. Just get it in there and it's going to look, these are a little bit shorter than they should have been. I thought they all were the same. I was pulling scraps out of my bin. So this one, right there, right there. Oops. Nope, this one is up here. Huh. You guys were like, wait a minute, wait a minute. That's not what you said, right? You're right. It's not what I said. I definitely, what did I do wrong here? Well, the 2 polka dots are going to be in the center. It's better than the way it was. I would have liked them alternating, but the others are already glued down. So there's my lattice. Look at that. And you get that little peek of those little hearts coming out at the inside. Remember, this is all just the envelope that we used. And not all of the envelope at that. We're going to have to take a look at what we have left. So this piece goes right there. Bringing it all together. Can you see it? It's starting to take shape. So this is the time where this is the love that came in the kit. We can do that and put this gold foil love in it. But that is not what, no. See, this blends too much into it. So this will not work. So I'm going to have to do a little stamping. So I did a love in very vanilla and one in this gold foil. And this gold foil, guys, this was behind something. It isn't, it was a strip like this big. It was behind some kind of a package and I kept it. Just so you know me, if it looks pretty, I'm going to save it for something. So we need to stamp this. There's that one and this one to tie it in. Sorry, I forgot about this one. So here we go. We're just going to get it done. Stamp off, on, stamp off, turn it so it goes onto the L. And then this little one, we want to stamp off, stamp. That's, it's simple. It's, I loved these pads. Okay. They were so easy to open and close, but then again, mine is super, super old. So first thing first is we're going to glue love into place. Here we go. And this card, guys, is pretty well flat. I don't think this one will cost any extra postage unless you put like something with a whole lot of dimensionals on it, which I am not doing, but I'm just want touch that with glue. I want the love. Where's mine? Yes, it's in the center. Right there. Now we're going to do the gold foil. And this is just the little sparkle, the little, you know, frosting and sprinkles on top of the cake there. The icing on the cake. Yes, it is. The good stuff. And we loop. Like going over a roller coaster. So make sure that's down. Now we're just going to offset this a bit. Just ever so much. And it works. And look how much better that shows up. For a piece that was in a package. Crazy. All right, so we have 2 of this butterflies from the same little strip of paper. And oh, we already did these. We got them started. This is going to lay like so. And the reason why I waited to glue anything on here is I want to take this up like so. And I know I wanted it at an angle. So all I'm going to do is, because I don't want to put glue on the back, I'm going to start right here. So I'm going to add glue literally on the back of that, hold it down. I'm going to add glue to the back of this one, hold it down. Hopefully it got some glue on there. Make sure I got some coming out of the tip. I do. Brush it along there. And on this one, those should be down by now. I'm just brushing it behind the leaf. Now I've got to go to this side and making sure that there's no glue anywhere like where it shouldn't be going in between the lattice sections. That is really good. This one could have just a bit. Now you guys got to stay down for me is the trick, right? This one got glue, that one, this one doesn't need it. Now this one, I have to be careful where I put it. You see I'm putting it right there because once again, I don't want the glue to be seen from the back. So over here, this one is going to get glue. See right there? Hopefully you guys can see that. This one needs to stay down. Sometimes it takes a minute. Let's see where these touch down at. This one, just rub it on the back of that. And this one, did that one not get any glue? Right here on this leaf, you see that? That's how I'm doing this. These are not going to get any because I don't think I can secure it. And it looks good with a few like popped up. So next I have my little bow, which has disappeared. Nope, it's just, this is that linen thread. I just used my bow maker to make a little double bow. And I need my little pokey tool. And where do I want that? I want it like right here. And there's my adorable little bow. And I need the butterflies. Did you guys see them? One of them is missing. Ha! The large butterfly is missing. I had it on top of the string, but I don't think I want it there. I might, yeah, I might just go like so. Yes. He's going to cover just a little bit of the bow. I'm thinking my bow's in the wrong spot. Nope, he's still going to go there. We're going to use a glue dot because I'm afraid he's not going to stick. So we're going to make him stick right there. Pushing that so it's nothing is poking through the back. I'm going to do it up like that. There's one. And this one, go ahead and do a glue dot as well, white as well. I'm not putting anything on dimensionals, guys. But I don't even think it needs it because it's just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. So next is, the trick is just putting it on its card backing, as I call it. So we're going to add glue. Make sure you get to the edges. Big X in a squiggle and a squiggle and a squiggle and a squiggle this time. Maybe this one's like, might be out of glue. So onto my backing. Hopefully I can get it. I might need to look at it here a little bit. Oh, too much. Center it on there. And that is my card. I'm not doing anything else. So this is my sample. This one needs a little bit more. of a touch of glue. Let me get some coming out of the nozzle, maybe. There we go. Get it right in there. Nope. All right, I'll fix that in a minute. So, sample our product using the paper pumpkin kit. So this opens up and it folds down and it says Happy Valentine's Day. And yes, I have an ink print on there. It's just kissed by me. That's all. And the envelope to match it. And that needs more glue or just needs to get moved down. Move that glue. Make sure it's all down there. Now it's there. So anyway, so I hope you guys like this one. I hope you guys don't think this is too difficult. Take your time in and just go piece by piece. And trust me, it's a beautiful card. It's a nice, beautiful statement. I will probably give one of these to my husband for Valentine's Day, though I'm not a big Valentine's Day person. It just never was for me. So thanks for watching, everybody. I would love to know what you think of this card. I hope you don't mind that it was monochromatic. A different idea for Valentine's. Very subtle, very soft. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I was wondering why they would give us that card base, but I'm really happy with what I did with it, and I appreciate all of your comments, your thumbs up, your likes, your shares. Thank you so very much for your support of my channel, and I invite you to come back and visit me in my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now.